I've been married to my husband for 41 years now. It's a long time, filled with memories, both happy and sad. Our story starts long before our wedding day, though. You see, our families were intertwined through history. Our fathers were war buddies. So naturally, we grew up knowing each other from a very young age. Like any couple, we had our share of arguments, but they were just bumps on the road of our otherwise blissful life together. However, life can throw unexpected challenges our way. When my husband turned 65, he was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. We tried everything, every treatment available, but nothing could halt the relentless spread of the disease. We did what we could, but ultimately, there was nothing more we could do. Yet, through it all, our love never wavered. I'll never forget the day he passed away. He was lying in bed, surrounded by family, and he whispered to me that he was going home, that we would see each other again. I held his hand until it went limp, and he left this world. The pain of losing him was unbearable. Watching as they took him away in a body bag, the reality of his absence hit me like a ton of bricks. The days that followed were a blur of grief and despair. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't find solace anywhere. Every corner of our home echoed with his absence, a constant reminder of what I had lost. I felt myself slipping into darkness, consumed by sorrow and anger towards a higher power that had taken him away from me. One day, after weeks of mourning, I found the strength to leave the house. I went to the park where we used to spend hours talking by the lake. The journey there felt like an eternity, my steps heavy with grief. As I approached our favorite spot, I saw someone sitting there. But as I got closer, they vanished into thin air. Confused and heartbroken, I felt more alone than ever. Suddenly, a sharp pain pierced through my chest, and I collapsed to the ground. Darkness enveloped me, and I lost consciousness. When I awoke, I found myself drawn towards a blinding light, a force pulling me towards it. It was a journey unlike any other, through tunnels and realms unknown. As I reached the other side, I was surrounded by an overwhelming sense of love and peace. It was indescribable, beyond words or comprehension. But amidst the serenity, I heard echoes of my own voice, repeating words spoken in anger and pain. My prayers for forgiveness filled the air, and in that moment, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. And then there it was before me, a throne bathed in light. As my eyes adjusted to the brilliance, I realized I was in the presence of something greater than myself. As I stood before the throne, trembling with fear and uncertainty, the figure seated upon it spoke to me in a voice that echoed with power and compassion. "I have heard your cries, your anger directed towards me. I brought you here so you could release these burdens." Confession welled up inside me like a tide. Yes, I uttered those words. I felt betrayed, as if you had torn my husband from my arms. He was my everything, the light of my life. "You speak the truth." I called him home. His journey on earth had reached its conclusion, for he had accomplished all he desired in this life. "But what do you mean by he finished everything he wanted to do?" I inquired, my heart heavy with longing. In his time on earth, he saw only two things: to marry his soulmate and to nurture his children with the deepest love. And the person he cherished above all else is you. A rush of emotion surged through me. "Is he here?" "He is," came the reassuring reply. "May I see him one last time?" I pleaded, anticipation mingling with trepidation. "Indeed, you may." With God as my guide, I embarked on a journey through the splendors of heaven. The beauty I beheld defied human description, each vista more breathtaking than the last. Every soul had a place here, and we arrived at the home prepared for my husband and me, a perfect replica of our earthly abode. There in the garden, I saw him tending to the flowers, a vision of peace and contentment. "Go to him," urged God gently. Approaching my beloved, I called out his name. Startled, he turned towards me, disbelief clouding his features. "Why are you here? Your time has not yet come." "I am lost and confused," I confessed, tears welling in my eyes. "But you cannot stay. Our children need you," he implored, his voice tender yet firm. "I miss you terribly. Without you, life holds no meaning," I admitted, my heart breaking anew. "For their sake, you must return," he insisted, pressing a kiss to my cheek. "We will be reunited, for eternity awaits us." With a heavy heart, I drifted into unconsciousness at the edge of the lake in the park. When I awoke, a park ranger offered assistance, his concern palpable. As I made my way home, I pondered the surreal encounter, grappling with the passage of time and the boundaries of reality. It took months to find my footing once more, to establish a semblance of normalcy amidst the ache of loss. Now, as the years slip by, I cling to the belief that my husband awaits me beyond the veil, our reunion destined in the eternity that beckons. And though the journey ahead may be fraught with uncertainty, I take solace in the hope of our eventual reunion, where we shall be together forevermore.